Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com, and I have a blast from the past for you. It is a question that I got a while back that I did not answer, but someone politely pinged me, Jason, and he said, hey, you know that question I asked you like a year ago? Or maybe it wasn't a year ago, I don't know, maybe it's like who knows how long ago. It was at least a while ago. Let me see, when's August? Okay, so maybe it was a month ago. Well, okay, all right, you get a little impatient, Jason, what the heck, man? I got questions sitting on my Trello board that they're like a year old, and you expect me to answer your question? Well, I did, because you pinged me. Don't everyone ping me and remind me of your stuff. But Jason followed up because he's a smart guy. In fact, you know, even if I say that, most people don't ever follow up. Even when they know to follow up, I've been at conferences where people have said, follow up, follow up, follow up. So you know the difference between the salesman that makes $300,000 a year and the one who makes $60,000 a year? Well, the one who makes $60,000 a year makes 8 calls on average and gives up, and the one who makes $300,000 makes 13. But people still don't take action. So, anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about some iOS here, or balancing a full-time job and learning a new language. That's what I titled this. So, question. Hi, John. I'm a big fan of your videos. Keep up the good work. Cool. I have a question for you. I recently started my own blog on iOS app development. I don't have any blog posts yet as it's brand new, but it's a step in the right direction, I think. I envision my blog as having a list of simple tutorials. Checking my battery level, okay. See, you can tell I've got ADD. So on iOS app development concepts, as well as examples and a showcase of portfolio apps I've developed. At the same time, I'm studying Swift on a part-time basis with the goal of building my knowledge and to build apps that I can put in the Apple App Store. All right, my ultimate goal is to use a portfolio of iOS apps as well as my blog to build my brand and hopefully obtain a position as an iOS developer. I'm currently doing an IT support role and have been doing it for my entire career. I'm not passionate about my current job, but I work hard and put 100% of my effort into it. This is a commendable thing. Yes, awesome, Jason. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. And you should give your 100% to whatever you're doing, even if you don't like the job. Great job, Jason, because how you act in this job that you don't like is how you're gonna act in the job that you do like, the one that matters to you. You can't turn it off, right? You gotta be, if you're not disciplined in something that you dislike, you're not gonna be disciplined in something that you do like. In fact, you're gonna be less likely to be disciplined. All right, enough of my rant. Okay, my passion is programming and more specifically iOS development. Knows what he wants. My question is about how to balance a full-time position that's not programming / iOS development related against learning a huge skill like iOS app development on a part-time basis. What kind of goals should I set for myself to know that I'm progressing if I only have 1 hour a day to study on weekdays and maybe 4 to 5 hours to study on any given weekend? For example, should I set 1 month, 3 month, and 6 month goals? How do I stay on track? I have an additional question. What is the best way to absorb the material? Should I make simple apps that allow me to practice 1 to 2 concepts at a time rather than saying I'm going to build this big app that does A, B, C and struggle my way through that? I'm a little intimidated by the breadth of the information. I need your advice. Regards, Jason. All right, Jason, I'm gonna do my best to try and help you out here. So, a lot of things going on. First of all, you're doing things right? I mean, I really have to say that, you know, you've impressed me, okay? Because one, you followed up, okay, which is impressive, and you did it in a polite, nice way, not in an annoying way, and enough of a way that I said, okay, let me move this guy's question up to the top of my Trello board because this guy's got a serious question and he's politely pinging me to get an answer back, okay? You've impressed me because you have a job that you're working hard at even though you don't like it. You've impressed me because you have a goal, a specific goal. You want to be an iOS developer. And not only do you have a goal, but you have a plan, right? It might not be the right plan. It might not be the best plan. Who knows? I don't know. No one knows, but at least you got a plan and you're going to try it. And if you fail, you can modify the plan and keep going because you can go towards your goal. This is guaranteed success, my friend. You are going to be successful because you have all the elements that you need for success. The only element that you're missing is time, okay? So you don't even need my advice because even if I don't give you any advice and I just state what I stated, you're going to be successful as long as you stick to it. Time. A lot of people are going the right direction. They're in the right vehicle, right? They know where they're going and they give up because they just don't give it enough time. So make sure you don't make that mistake. Stick it through and you will make it. But let me give you some specific advice here. So you got maybe an hour a day to study. I think you're on the right track with what I would recommend that you do. I would recommend that you create small apps, simple apps that allow you to practice 1 or 2 concepts. Make very simple apps and get them into the App Store. Blog about it as you're creating those apps so that you can sort of get a double whammy, a double benefit. Anytime you can do something, especially when you're short on time and you can get a double benefit from it, you should do that. For example, I'm doing something similar, right? If you haven't seen, by the time you watch this video, maybe my book's out, but go check out, you can sign up for my book, The Complete Software Developer's Career Guide, at least that's what I think it'll be called. You can sign up here, and I am basically blogging the chapters of the book at the same time as I'm writing them, and I'm also using them as a lead magnet or SEO, right? And you can see what I did there, where I'm getting people to my email list. So I have multiple purposes. There's like 5 different things that I'm doing when I'm writing this book, right? It's getting content for the blog, it's creating a book that I'm going to be able to sell, it's getting free promotion advertising for my blog, it's getting people on the email list, right? So there's a lot of things going on. So try to do that if you can. So develop these iOS apps, and think of it this way: every iOS app that you're going to develop, make it small enough that you can get it done very quickly, and that it's going to focus on a couple of concepts that you want to learn about. Put the app in the App Store so you can possibly make money off of it. Write a blog post as you're doing it. Maybe do some screencasts, right, and put that on YouTube so that you can utilize that content. Get it into a portfolio. Again, putting it in the App Store and developing it and having the blog posts are going to help you to build your portfolio for a job. So you're going to be, when you're short on time like this, you're going to be able to maximize the value of that. If you spend an hour a day on weekdays working on that, it's not a huge amount of time, but you can make, every week you can make some progress, right? You might even be able to ship an app a week if you're working 4 to 5 hours on Saturdays and Sundays. I mean, you got to be dedicated here, right? In fact, I got a question: how dedicated are you if you're going to just do an hour a day on weekdays? Maybe you can make that 2. Maybe you can give up something else like TV, right? I mean, and I'm not saying that to be harsh, right? Because I know what it's like, because I was working a 9 to 5 job, right? And I was busting my ass doing Pluralsight videos, right? Recording videos, writing blog posts, doing all that stuff for about 4 to 5 hours every weekday. No kidding. And maybe 6 or 7 hours on weekends, right? That's because I really wanted to escape the rat race. I really wanted it bad. So how bad do you want it? Maybe you don't want it that bad. That's okay. I think you do. So see if you can up that a little bit and see if it'll work out. But keep the balance to the point that you don't totally end up hating this, right? And realize that you will. Well, you will hate it, but you're going to push on, right? I did a video on how to work without motivation, and you can check out that video because you're going to need that, buddy. I promise you. So anyway, that's what I would do. I think that's going to be the best route. When I teach courses, in Pluralsight courses, I tend to take small applications and teach concepts as I build out the application, because I feel like that's the best way to learn. So, I think if you go and do that, you get a few apps in the App Store, start making a goal, right? I would have a goal. I don't know, you got to figure out what your cadence is, but maybe your goal is to produce 1 app every 2 weeks, right? Maybe the first app that you produce, you give yourself a month, and then you say, every 2 weeks I'm going to produce apps, and have a goal of I want to get 10 apps in the App Store, then I'm going to start applying for jobs, right? I think that's a pretty good goal. Have some kind of system. Put a system in place and have a few goals, and then start going. And just realize that you're probably going to mess up. You're not going to figure out the path right away, like I said, right? You're going to make it a given time, but you might have to course correct a little bit. You might have to steer here and steer there, and that's fine. So yeah, what can I say? I think you've got the right mindset, but you got to keep going, and hopefully you find this useful. So anyway, if you have a question for me, you can email me at john@simpleprogrammer.com. And if you like this video, I do have one request for you. I'm trying to think of a clever way here. Oh, I know. You can dedicate 10 minutes a day to watching a video from me if you want to improve your life and you want to be entertained. I don't know, whatever it is. You just want to see me flex in front of the camera. But in order to do that, you got to click the subscribe button here. So you got to click that. So go ahead and do that now. I'll wait. Haven't clicked it yet? All right, just click that. All right, I'll take the next time. Take care.